Jason, Tony, Factory Sound TV.
How are you, mate? Can I have a kiss while you're there?
I'll turn the camera off. All right. So AVX.
AVX is our new digital camera wireless system. Here's the receiver.
That's the receiver.
Normally, that's what we're normally used to when we see a camera receiver. So nowadays, well now, we have a receiver that's this size. You'll notice lithium-ion battery with USB charging port, mini USB, can you see that? Mini USB. XLR, so you can run two of these into a single camera like that if you wish, as you can see.
What would happen if you only had a TRS microphone input?
It comes with an adapter in the kit, Tony.
Go on.
It does. Probably mean that you're using a DSLR camera if you need the 3.5mm. It also comes with a hot shoe mount, so you can mount it on your DSLR, all included. Of course, it comes with the battery and your choice of transmitter. We have our standard belt pack, which you can use the MKE2 or an ME2, the standard Sennheiser lapel mics. And the transmitter also has the same charging facility, so it's a lithium-ion pack with USB charging port. You can also use a dedicated slot-in charger, or you.
So how long to recharge via USB?
You can get to about 90% with USB. You can't get to 100 because of the lower voltage.
And that might take, what, 5 days?
No. The good news about that is that you'll get to 75% in half an hour.
Go on.
And about an hour and a half to get to about 90-something percent. Yeah. Here's the handheld transmitter. So the handheld transmitter, once again, has a lithium-ion battery, which I can show you. Yep. Just pull him out. So that's the battery pack there. And same thing again, USB charging.
It's just something I've noticed. The model of microphone that we interview with is, of course, the Sennheiser MD46 or 42. It's the 46, which is the cardioid version. Now, specifically, you have got on here the MD42.
Correct. See, that's never been available before. So normally what you had to do is use a plug-on connector to get the 46 or the 42. Particularly the 42, because in the Evolution range of capsules, there was no omnidirectional capsule. So rather than having a plug-on pack, we decided to actually make a capsule to suit. Now that capsule will also fit the previous Evolution systems as well.
So that is interchangeable, we can swap that capsule out?
Yeah, I'll just show you. So for those who are familiar with that system of how it connects, it's identical to the current Evolution. So that can just go on anything from the G3 range that uses that same thing. So a couple of unique features about this system versus a traditional camera wireless system. There is no need for any user adjustment whatsoever. So basically when you get this kit, you get the receiver and the transmitter of your choice, you turn them on, you plug them into the camera and you start working. That's it. There is never anything else for you to do.
Well, one thing I always get is the cameraman who's doing a wedding and he walks in front of the band or DJ and all of a sudden his sound is wrecked because he doesn't have a compressor or anything built in there. So what are you saying about this? You can plug them in and do anything.
Yeah, we basically developed, there were quite a few areas which we knew we needed to make this system flawless in any condition so that the camera guy didn't have to start tweaking buttons and doing all that stuff, because that's not what a camera guy wants to do. So in that scenario where they get a bit further back or someone walks in front or whatever, we've got an AGC, which is an automatic gain control. The AGC controls found on some devices is a little bit obvious. A lot of camera guys and sound guys complained about it over the years. So we came up with our own method of automatic gain control, one that sounds very, very natural. In fact, it's nearly totally inaudible. And it's really only possible with a digital system. What we do is we actually use the zero crossing of the waveform, to facilitate up or down movement. So that's where the gain changes are made. So it's never cutting across a peak or a trough in the waveform, which is where you get the pumping sounds or the breathing sounds or the pops or the clicks. So implementing that meant that we had a basic level of the ability to control the signal without it sounding like we were controlling the signal. We didn't want the user to have to deal with any frequency issues at all, ever, with this unit. We wanted him to plug it in, like with the gain control, not have to touch a thing. So everything that happens inside the system is automatic. It has one spare channel on all the time. It has a master and slave system, which is also in its memory at any one time. And of course it has its live channel. If something goes wrong with the live channel, the system analyzes the digital stream coming in, and once again, it's only possible to do this digitally because we can see the error correction start to rise if there's problems. So it can choose to either automatically turn up the power, which these transmitters will do up to 250 milliwatts of power if it needs it. Rarely will it need that much. Or if it detects another frequency on the same in the same band that's going to compete, it will just jump to another frequency. And it does all that seamlessly and flawlessly, can do that in every 6 milliseconds.
So when you say you really just plug it in and go, that literally is what...
Really mean it. Really mean it. This system is absolutely designed for a single camera guy who has to operate the sound himself as well and knows that he is going to get professional quality audio without having to tweak everything.
At 1.9 gig, it's not going through walls and people as well as UHF.
No.
So what might be, if we pumped it up to 250 milliwatts, how far are we getting in a straight line as a crow flies without anything betwixt us?
We've done tests on that, and we've had someone standing on the corner of a football oval, and we had...
Is there a corner of a football oval?
This, well, yeah, there isn't. It's an oval, isn't it? I should say that again. On the edge of a football oval. How's that, Todd?
Yeah, here we go.
Makes more sense. And a person on a bicycle put a transmitter on and rode around, which is, give or take 400 metres, around. So it's quite far, and the signal was just crystal clear. So we weren't even approaching.
And does it give you a readout that it's pumped up to 250 milliwatts, or you don't see that? Your leg just gets hotter?
No, you won't even see that because the energy will get dispersed in the air. So you can't even use it as a heater. Sorry about that. But essentially, we also spend a lot of time in the battery technology for this product, and that's because when you have a system that's automatically changing its power, there's going to be fluctuations in battery usage. So
what sort of readout do we get for that?
So
where does
you
it show
get a
us?
4-digit readout on the unit, and
as you say, half an hour to get up to 75%, so it's pretty quick refill.
Plus, because it's got the USB facility, you can keep spare batteries. You can use a phone brick attachment if you really want to. They do last a long time, being lithium ion, but really. The chip in the battery is very, very clever at making sure that you get a reliable readout. We've all seen it when our laptop says 3 hours remaining. We type for 10 minutes and then suddenly there's 20 seconds left and quick plug it in. That will not happen with this. We spent a lot of technology on making sure that the DSP was receiving a reliable average of usage. So it's real. When you see it on the transmitter on the screen, it's the same thing. You get a reliable readout of actually what's going on.
Well, it's a really thought out product and there's nothing that it appears to be wanting for. So congratulations, Sennheiser. Thank you very much, Jace.
Thank you.